What's up, guys? You know that I am an Algorand guy through and through, but we also try other blockchains. And today we are going to take Solana staking for a test drive. That's right. We're going to dig into what is Solana, how does it work, how does it compare to Algorand, and we're going to try out some stake and all that on today's Frugal BC. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And sorry having two non-Algorand videos in a row. I know, but you have to cancel me, I guess. But today thanks for coming to the channel. I want to try out Solana. So I've actually owned Solana for 6 months. I really wish I could say I bought it when it was $3 to $5 or whatever it was, but I did not. I bought it quite a bit higher than that, but also not as high as the top. I definitely didn't buy the top when it was in the $200 range. But I've been interested in trying out other blockchains and how their staking works. So, you know, I do a lot of stuff on Algorand in this channel. As I've always said, this is not exclusively an Algorand channel, but the main reason I do a lot of Algorand videos is because I find the blockchain really easy to use. The fees are so low. It's really, really fast. And so I'm a big fan of it. But Solana has got some pretty good stuff going on for it too. Before we get into that, boy, if you could just help me out by hitting that subscribe button. As I say, you don't have to smash it. You can just press it lightly. We're always doing experiments. We're trying out new things. We try a lot of stuff on Algorand, but we try out experiments on other platforms too. And Solana, you know, today it's all about the Solana. We're going to try that out. And if you want to hit the like button just to appease the YouTube gods, something like that. Anyway, enough about that business. Let's get into Solana. So just look at the price right now. Solana is about $80. You know, it was like $70 earlier in the day. And then as I'm recording this, it looks like it crossed back up over 80. It has been a lot higher. It was pumping into, I think it pumped actually into the $200 range. So it's been up there, and based on a year ago, I mean, when I looked at it before, I mean, it had been like in the, I don't know, $8, $10, $12 range. So it really jumped a lot in a year's time. And even though it fell back down, it's still $80 is still pretty high compared to even a year ago. The thing about, you know, I've said Algorand is very fast. Solana is supposed to actually be quite a bit faster at 65,000 transactions per second. That is ultra fast. Now it's theoretical. I don't know if anyone's really tested that yet. Algo, as you know, is about 1,300, and they're aiming to get up to 3,000, which is quite a bit lower. However, Ethereum is like 15 a second, and Bitcoin is like 3 a second. So you can already see, even if Solana only reaches half that speed potential, that's still pretty quick. Now, the big thing about that is 65,000 transactions per second is what, like, say, Visa or MasterCard can do. So that's a pretty big deal. I mean, I think that's why they chose that target. Now, I don't know if they actually got it. That's what's beyond my ability to look at. Unlike Algorand, remember, I'm going to kind of break down Solana here, and then I'm going to tell you about some of the downsides that I've discovered, and then we're going to try out some staking on Step Finance. I should have put that earlier in the video, but I did it now. So Solana uses a unique proof of stake system. They call it proof of history. So that's part of why the chain is so fast. It's just a modified proof of stake system that makes it go faster. Now, one of the interesting things digging into the tokenomics here is that the total supply of Solana is 512 million. It's actually all the way down to the single digit, but I'm not gonna, it would just round up to 512 million. And so total supply released right now is 315 million. So actually most of the supply is already released. Now, bear in mind, Algorand, as we've talked about, that's like 10 billion. So we're talking orders of magnitude different. That's quite a bit. 500 million versus 10 billion. That's a lot. That's a big difference. So when you have a short supply like that, that's always going to help lead to price action as long as the demand supports it. And so far it has. Now, the allocations are interesting, and I want to show you guys this. So let me just pop this up. Now, this information comes from Sari, and it shows kind of the initial token allocations for all the blockchains. And Solana has a pretty big community allocation to fund, like for ecosystem funds or airdrops, stuff that will eventually work its way out to the community. And that's a good thing to have. Algorand is not on here, but I think its community section would be pretty big too. It wouldn't be non-existent like some of them. I mean, you can see there's Binance, Polkadot doesn't have it, Cardano doesn't have it, Ethereum doesn't have it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But also, one thing I find a little disturbing is insiders have nearly half the supply of Solana. I'd have to double check, but I don't think Algorand is anything close to that. So this insiders, as you can see from the graphic, it includes team, company, and VC purchase tokens. That would give me pause. If this was an ASA on Algorand, I'd be really concerned about this. I'd be like, this looks like rug pull territory. Now, I don't think that's going to happen, but I just to point out those tokenomics, I just find that a little bit disturbing. So some downsides that people have identified. Some people say it's way too centralized, and with with that many people having it, having that many insiders, that much coins dedicated to those insiders, I do find that a little disturbing. And apparently, like, actually run a node on here is really, really expensive. Just the voting alone, it's like $100 some bucks a day and comes out to like 48,000 a year just for like voting on this thing for a day. Like, that seems, I don't know, crazy. So there's some allegations that, might be just a little scammy. People don't like that it's so centralized with so many, it's got a lot of VCs behind it. I pointed out the voting is super expensive. And then there's been some outages, particularly in September of last year, there was a 17-hour outage. Now, I don't recall, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't recall Algorand having an outage. I'm pretty sure I would have heard about it. Maybe the one happened before I was really paying a whole lot of attention to it, because for a while I just had it on Coinbase and I didn't really use it for anything. So some things to keep aware of. You can do more research on this. I think this is pretty interesting stuff, but I don't know, it doesn't like completely turn me off to Solana, but you always want to be aware of these things. There's people that say, like, I even heard people saying Algorand now is an S coin because they don't have staking anymore. I'm like, I don't know about that. Seems a little extreme, but whatever. Okay. But let's get into, let's try to actually stake some Solana on Step Finance. We're gonna look at some staking today. So let's enter some pools. I'm gonna break that down. Okay, so here we are in my Coinbase Pro portfolio, and just to be clear, so nobody's like, that's all the crypto you got, and if that's all you have, don't, I'm not picking on you. I have some crypto in Coinbase Pro, some in the regular Coinbase, and I also have a whole lot of stuff that I'm holding on Celsius. So just so you know, some stuff is here, some stuff is there. Got some US, I guess I got some US dollar I haven't even done anything with. Bitcoin, but yeah, I do have I have a little bit of Sol. Bad pun, dad joke, hashtag dad joke. Let's go to Solana and let's see here. Yeah, so I have like $90 worth. It is, as you saw before, it was like 1.1 Solana or something like that. I thought Solana would be a good buy long term. And let's withdraw. Now, I want to point out that I'm using the Phantom wallet. So I'm going to go to crypto address. Hard to see with that light there. Okay. So this is the Phantom wallet, and you can get it for the Brave browser or the Chrome browser. I personally like Brave. I like it a lot. As I recall, it was really easy to download and install, like no problem at all. And then, so I got nothing right there. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to send it to, so I'm just going to do a little bit. Yeah, use this address. So what I like to do for those new to the channel, I like to do just a little bit for these things. So I don't do a whole big giant amount. Pay a little bit of network fee, but not bad. And then we'll scroll down. Withdraw. Oh, I got to enter this in. All right, so I'm sending some soul. It started. Now let's see how fast it is. Hey, it's already there. We got $8. I don't even know how much that would actually be. So, you know, it's pretty fast. As soon as I pulled it up, it was already there. And you know, about the only thing else I know that works that fast is Algorand. Like when I used Ethereum, it's slow and really expensive. So this is Step Finance, and you know, connecting your wallet is really easy once you do that. So like I said, this is Step Financial. You know, I had the dashboard. I've tried this before, and it just spins even though I'm logged in, which is kind of annoying. But as you can see, there is a swap where you can swap. Step is kind of like their native coin, so you can use that to earn stuff. So transaction history, I don't, other than receiving Solana, you know, nothing much on there. You can put NFTs. It'll show you NFTs when you, which I think is really cool. I like this. There's nothing in Algorand like this where you can just see your NFTs. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong. So there's step staking. So you have, if you have some step, you can just step and X step. So we might do that. And then there are step pools. You can earn rewards. Yeah, but by the way, none of those look 1%, 2.4%. Looks like the highest is weed step. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know. You're better off with Tiny Man and that kind of stuff, right? And then there's step farms. Yeah, I know. Permissionless farms. And here's, now these are much, much higher. But they're risky enough that they tell you to, that maybe you should be a little careful. So maybe we'll play around with those at some point, but let's just try staking today. We're just going to do staking. So let's go to, first let's swap. So let's just, I'm gonna hit so. Or do I want X step? Or do I want step? So this is a little confusing. Oh yeah, there's an all button. So a lot of times with Algorand stuff, there'll be a max button. In this case, there's all or half. Half is actually, it's really good that they have that half button, because when you want to like pair something, like that just makes it's annoying to have to try to do the math, and I always get it wrong. So let's just do all. I think that's right. Swap it. Fees are pretty low. Hold on. Approve. A little pop-up window comes up. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. All right, it didn't work. So I'm just going to do it again. Oh, so they don't. Okay, here's so this is interesting. If you do all, they don't take into account the fact that you're going to need to pay the fees too. That's kind of stupid. All right, let's just do half just to make this easier, so I don't have to, because this is annoying. Okay, swap. It's like, well, don't have an all button then, obviously. That doesn't, did you not think that through? All right, it worked. And that was pretty fast. Okay. So now I'm going to go to step staking. I'm going to do all. Stake it for X step. Okay, I've staked some step. So we get more, yeah, so the step staking APR is 6.9%, which is pretty good just for staking. Now, you used to have that in Algorand, now that's gone. You have to do governance rewards, which are better than 6.9%, but you have more work to do. This one you just hold on to. So I think that's pretty useful. I like that. No, I didn't think it was too hard to use. I would have liked being able to hit max, but then having it pay the fee, I guess, too. But you know, I kind of get it. Like, it'd just be good if they could maybe save a little bit. When you hit the max button, if it saved like a little bit to pay the fees would be nice. Well, anyway, guys, that is Solana in a nutshell, and that is staking through step finance. So I'm curious what you guys think. What do you think about the staking mechanism? What do you think about Solana? Should I just stick to Algorand videos? Tell me in the comments below what you thought of this. If you're using Solana, do you do multi-chain? I'm curious what people use multi-chain, because I'm not like loyal to any one particular chain. I like Algorand a lot, but not because I've said, yep, Algorand, that's my guy. It's because I've so far been impressed. If Algorand started to suck, I'm going to go away from Algorand, but so far it's been good. But I'm not loyal to any particular one. I think Solana is interesting. Was excited to try this out, and I wanted to wait until I could do this with you guys to see it. I might put a little more in, we'll see. But always love you guys to tell me what you think in the comments below. So let me know what you think. And I'm Frugal BC, and as always, I'll see you in the future.